You are standing at a threshold right now, not metaphorically, not as a figure of speech designed to capture your attention. Actually, literally, in this precise moment, the moment you clicked on this, the moment your eyes found this, the moment something in you said yes before your mind could explain why, a gate cracked open in your reality. And it will not stay open long. If you are seeing this before April 19th, I need you to understand something that most people will scroll past without ever grasping. What is happening in your consciousness right now? The restlessness, the sense that something is shifting beneath the surface of your ordinary life, the strange feeling that you are between two versions of yourself. That is not random. That is not anxiety. That is not confusion. That is the sensation of standing at a quantum gate, and the gate is open. Most people will hear those words and feel something, a flicker of recognition, a pulse of something they cannot name, and then they will dismiss it. They will tell themselves it is just a video. They will tell themselves they are being dramatic. They will tell themselves they will come back to this later, when they have more time, when they are in a better headspace, when life settles down a little. Later never comes. The gate does not wait. But you are still here, and that already tells you something about where you are standing. There is a reason the ancient traditions across every culture on earth spoke of sacred windows, moments when the membrane between what is and what could be becomes thin enough to step through. They called them different things: portals, thresholds, liminal crossings, holy days. But they were all pointing at the same phenomenon, something that quantum physics is only now beginning to describe in the language of mathematics and measurement. The universe has doorways. Consciousness has crossing points. And right now, in this window between April 7th and April 19th, one of those crossing points is open in a way that it has not been open in a very long time. The question is not whether the gate exists. You can feel it. You have been feeling it. The question is whether you will step through while it is open, or whether you will stand at the edge and watch it close. This transmission is your guide through the gate. One version of you is listening to this right now, the version that has been living inside the old pattern, the old frequency, the old story about who you are and what is possible for you. That version of you has been feeling the pressure of this threshold for weeks now, maybe longer. The things that used to work are not working the same way. The identity that used to fit is starting to feel like clothes that are too small. The reality you have been living in has been showing you its edges, the places where it ends and something else begins. A different version of you exists on the other side of this gate. That version has crossed. That version is not waiting for permission, not asking whether they are ready, not hoping that circumstances will eventually align. That version stepped through the threshold at the moment it opened and arrived in a reality that operates by different rules. Rules that the version of you listening right now can barely imagine, but can absolutely feel pulling at you from the other side. Between those two versions of you is the gate. And right now, it is open. Let us begin. There is something you need to understand about how consciousness actually changes. Not how we like to think it changes. Not the comfortable story we tell ourselves about gradual improvement and slow progress, and one day waking up different than we were before. The comfortable story is a lie. A useful lie in some ways, but a lie nonetheless. Consciousness does not evolve gradually. It crosses thresholds. Think about water. You can heat water slowly, degree by degree, and for a long time nothing seems to change. The water is still water. It looks the same. It behaves the same. You could measure its temperature and watch the number climb, and still see nothing that would tell you anything fundamental was happening. And then, at exactly 100 degrees Celsius, at exactly the right pressure, everything changes at once. Not gradually, not incrementally, all at once. The water does not become slightly more steam-like. It does not transition slowly from liquid to gas over the course of days or weeks. It crosses a threshold. It undergoes a phase transition. In one moment, it is water. In the next moment, it is something else entirely. This is not a metaphor. This is physics, and it describes exactly what happens when consciousness evolves. Quantum mechanics calls this a state transition, the movement from one defined state to another, not a gradual slide along a spectrum, but a discrete jump from one level of reality to a completely different one. Before the transition, a quantum particle exists in superposition, in a state of multiple simultaneous possibilities, none of them yet collapsed into definite form. It is in multiple places at once. It holds multiple futures simultaneously. It exists, in a very real sense, at the threshold between states. And then something happens. A measurement, an interaction, a moment of contact with the observing world, and the superposition collapses. All the possibilities resolve into one. The particle is here, not there. It is this, not that. The crossing has happened, and there is no going back. This is the quantum mechanics of consciousness evolution, and this is exactly what is happening to you right now. You have been in superposition. You have been holding multiple versions of yourself simultaneously. The old version and the new one. The old reality and the one that keeps pulling at you from just beyond the edge of what you can see. You have been living in the space between states, which is why everything has felt so strange, so unstable, so charged with a kind of electricity that you cannot quite explain. That instability is not a problem. That instability is the superposition. That is what it feels like to be a consciousness standing at a quantum gate, holding multiple realities simultaneously, right before the collapse. The collapse is the crossing, and the gate that is open right now, the window between April 7th and April 19th, is the moment of collapse. The moment where all the simultaneous possibilities resolve into one. The moment where you stop being both versions of yourself and become the one you choose. But here is what most people do not understand about quantum state transitions. The collapse does not happen because you force it. It does not happen because you try harder or want it more or finally figure out the right strategy. The collapse happens when your frequency matches the frequency of the state you are transitioning into. The gate opens when you are vibrating at the same rate as what is on the other side. And the gate that is open right now opened because something in your consciousness has been building toward this frequency for a long time. And it has finally arrived. The gate did not open randomly. It opened for you. It opened now because you are ready, even if the part of you that is still standing on the old side cannot quite believe that yet. If this transmission is reaching you, if something in these words is landing in a place that recognition lives, go ahead and like this video and subscribe, because there is more where this came from, and the next transmission may be the one that completes the crossing. Let us talk about what the gate actually is, not the metaphor. The mechanics. Every 12 months, the Earth moves through specific positions in its orbital relationship with the Sun and the larger field of cosmic geometry that surrounds our solar system. These positions are not arbitrary. They create measurable shifts in electromagnetic frequency, in the literal vibrational field that surrounds and penetrates everything on this planet, including your body, including your nervous system, including the quantum field that your consciousness interfaces with in every moment of your existence. The ancient astronomers knew this. They built their entire calendrical systems around it, not because they were primitive and superstitious, but because they were sophisticated observers who understood something that modern culture has largely forgotten. The cosmos has rhythms, and those rhythms create windows. The window between the spring equinox and the first major solar threshold of the new season, which falls in this period, in these days between early April and April's 19th, is one of the most powerful crossing windows of the entire year. It has been called different things in different traditions. The ancient Persians called it Novruz, the new day, the crossing into new time. The Hebrew tradition marks Passover in this window. The crossing through the threshold from bondage to freedom, from one kind of life to a completely different kind of life. The astrological traditions mark the movement through Aries, the first sign, the beginning, the initiatory fire that burns away what was and ignites what is becoming. Every tradition that has paid careful attention to the rhythms of consciousness and the rhythms of the cosmos has noticed this same window. They just described it in the language available to them. The language available to us now includes quantum mechanics. And what quantum mechanics tells us is this. When the electromagnetic field surrounding a system shifts in frequency, the probability of state transitions within that system increases dramatically. The field is not causing the transition. You are. But the field is creating conditions where the transition becomes far more likely, far more available, far more accessible than it would be in ordinary time. This is the gate, not a mystical doorway, floating in some spiritual dimension. A real, measurable, physics-describable shift in the conditions that govern consciousness transitions. The gate is open right now because the field conditions are right. The membrane between your current state and the next state is thinner right now than it will be again for a very long time. The energy required to cross is lower. The probability of successful transition is higher. The universe, in this moment, is leaning toward your crossing. But here is the part that requires your full attention. The gate will not stay open. Phase transitions are time-bounded. The window of elevated probability closes. The field conditions shift again. And when they do, crossing becomes harder. Not impossible, but harder. The energy required increases. The resistance grows. What could have been a single clear step becomes a longer, more difficult journey. April 19th is not an arbitrary date. It marks the end of this particular crossing window, the point where the field conditions shift, and the gate, which is fully open right now, begins to close. You have days, not weeks, hours in some cases, not months. This is not designed to create fear. Fear is the wrong response to an open gate. The right response is readiness, and the thumbnail that brought you here said it plainly. You are ready. Not you will be ready. Not you might be ready. You are ready. Right now, in this moment, with everything you currently are and everything you have currently been through. You are ready. The question is whether you will act on that readiness while the gate is open. Let us talk about what is on both sides. Because the gate is not just an abstract concept. It is a very specific threshold between two very specific states of being. And you need to understand both sides clearly before you can make the crossing with full consciousness. On the side where you are currently standing, the side you have been living on, there is a reality organized around a particular set of beliefs about what you are, what is possible for you, and how the world works. These beliefs are not bad. They are not wrong in some moral sense. They were the best available map for the territory you were navigating. But they are old. They belong to the version of you that existed before this threshold, and they cannot cross with you. On this side of the gate, reality feels like something that happens to you. Events arrive and you respond to them. Opportunities appear and you either catch them or miss them. Other people make decisions that affect your life. Circumstances arrange themselves and you navigate around them as best you can. On this side, you are largely a responder. Sophisticated, perhaps. Thoughtful, certainly, but fundamentally reactive to a world that feels external and largely beyond your influence. On this side, there is a particular quality of waiting for things to align, waiting for the right moment, waiting until you have enough money, enough time, enough certainty, enough permission from the world around you. On this side, the future is something that will arrive eventually, and your job is to endure the present until it does. On this side, your frequency, the vibrational signature of your consciousness, the electromagnetic pattern that your thoughts and emotions and beliefs generate in every moment, is set to a particular channel. And that channel has been broadcasting the same signal for a long time. Not because you are broken, not because you are doing something wrong, but because frequency is self-reinforcing. The signal you broadcast attracts experiences that confirm the signal. The experiences that confirm the signal strengthen the signal, and the cycle continues until a gate opens. On the other side of the gate, the side that is pulling at you right now, the side you can feel even if you cannot fully see it, reality operates by different rules, not different laws of physics. The same laws of physics, but a different relationship to those laws, a different position within them. On the other side, you are not a responder to a world that happens to you. You are what the ancient traditions called a conscious architect, and what quantum mechanics calls an observer, whose observation participates in the collapse of possibility into experience. On the other side, you understand in your bones, not just in your mind, that the signal you broadcast is the primary determinant of the reality you inhabit, not the only factor. The world is complex, and other people have their own quantum fields and their own consciousness. But the primary factor, the one that sets the conditions for everything else. On the other side, the waiting ends. Not because everything you want immediately materializes. That is not how this works, and anyone who tells you otherwise is selling you something. But because the orientation shifts from waiting to creating, from hoping to knowing, from responding to initiating. The relationship between your inner state and your outer reality becomes transparent to you in a way it never was before. You can see the correspondence. You can feel the feedback. You can work with the system consciously rather than being buffeted by it unconsciously. On the other side, time feels different. Not slower or faster, but more available, more workable, The future does not feel like something you are waiting for. It feels like something you are actively shaping from the inside out, through the quality of your consciousness, through the frequency of your being, through the deliberate calibration of what you are broadcasting into the quantum field that responds to you in every moment. On the other side, the things that felt impossible on this side, the relationships, the work, the creative expression, the level of abundance, the quality of aliveness, do not feel impossible anymore. They feel like natural consequences of the frequency you are now operating at. They feel, in the most precise and non-mystical sense of the word, like your resonance, like what you match, like what finds you, because you have become what it is looking for. This is what is on the other side of the gate. This is where you are going. And the gate is open right now. But before we cross, there is something important to understand about why this moment, this specific window, this specific point in your specific life is the crossing point. Because it is not arbitrary. The gate did not open randomly. It opened at this precise moment for a precise reason. And that reason has everything to do with what you have been going through. Think about the last several weeks of your life, maybe the last few months. Think about the things that have been falling away, the relationships that have been shifting, the situations that have been ending or changing in ways you did not ask for, the aspects of your old identity that have been feeling increasingly hollow or ill-fitting. Think about the strange quality of the in-between that you have been living in. The sense of not quite belonging to the old life anymore, but not yet fully arrived in whatever is coming next. That experience, that liminal, uncomfortable, disorienting experience of being between, is not a problem. It is preparation. It is the superposition phase. It is the quantum state where all possibilities exist simultaneously before the collapse into the new, defined reality. The discomfort you have been feeling is not a sign that something is wrong. It is a sign that you have been building toward a threshold, that the pressure of your becoming has been accumulating to the point where a crossing is not just possible but inevitable. The gate opened now because you reached the frequency required to open it. The discomfort, the dissolution, the sense of in-between, all of it was the process of your consciousness calibrating to the frequency of the other side. You have been tuning yourself, even when it did not feel like tuning, even when it felt like falling apart. You were not falling apart. You were preparing to cross. And now the gate is open, and the window is measured in days. I want to tell you about two people who stood at this gate. Their names are not important, or rather, their names are whatever name you give to the part of yourself that you are about to meet. But their stories are important because they illuminate the two paths that every person standing at a quantum gate faces. The path of crossing and the path of turning back. The first is a woman I will call Maya. Maya had spent the better part of a decade building a life that looked, from the outside, like success. She had the credentials, the position, the apartment in the right neighborhood, the relationship that made sense on paper. She had built this life carefully, deliberately, according to the map she had been given. The map that said, do these things, achieve these markers, arrive at this place, and you will be living correctly. But for the last 2 years, before the gate opened, something had been wrong. Not catastrophically wrong, not obviously wrong, just off. A persistent sense that she was performing a life rather than living one. A recurring feeling, usually arriving in the quiet moments before sleep, that the version of herself who had built this careful life was not the whole of who she was, that there was more, not in the acquisitive sense of wanting more things or more status, but in the sense of a fuller, more real, more alive version of herself that was pressing against the edges of the carefully constructed container she had built. She dismissed it, mostly. She told herself she was being ungrateful. She told herself that everyone felt this way sometimes. She told herself that the feeling would pass when she reached the next milestone, finished the next project, got through the next difficult season. She was very good at talking herself back from the edge of the gate. And then the gate opened. Not because she planned it, not because she was ready in any conventional sense. It opened because the universe does not wait for your comfort. It opens when the frequency conditions are right, and it stays open for a finite window, and it is up to you what you do with that window. For Maya, the gate announced itself through what looked like collapse. The relationship ended, not dramatically, but definitively, in the way that things end when they have been over for longer than either person was willing to admit. The position she had built her identity around was restructured out from under her. 3 things she had been depending on to define who she was dissolved within the same 6-week period, and she was left standing in a space she did not recognize, holding a version of herself she had not yet met. She could have rebuilt. She could have found new versions of the same structures and climbed back into the familiar container. Many people do this. They stand at the gate, feel the vertigo of the threshold, and build a new wall between themselves and the crossing. It feels like wisdom. It feels like stability. It is actually the most expensive choice available, because it costs you the crossing. Maya did not rebuild. She stood at the edge and she felt, really felt, without the buffer of her usual defenses, what was on the other side. And what she felt was not the absence of the structures she had lost. What she felt was herself, the fuller version, the one that had been pressing against the container, the one the gate had been trying to open toward for years. She crossed, not in a single dramatic moment, though there was a moment, a specific, precise, unmistakable moment where the decision crystallized and she stepped through. But the crossing was the result of a choice made in a window of time that was finite and real, and would not have stayed open indefinitely. 3 years later, the life on the other side of that gate is unrecognizable compared to the one she left. Not because everything is perfect. The other side is not a paradise. It is a different operating frequency, and it has its own challenges. But because the relationship between her inner state and her outer reality is transparent in a way it never was before, because she is building from her actual self rather than from a performance of self. Because the aliveness that was pressing against the container is now the container. She crossed, and she cannot go back, and she would not go back if she could. The second person I want to tell you about is a man I will call Thomas. Thomas was standing at the same gate. He could feel it. He was perceptive. He was thoughtful. He was someone who had done real work on himself, and who understood intellectually that he was at a threshold. He read the books. He knew the frameworks. He could describe the quantum mechanics of consciousness evolution with precision and clarity. He understood what the gate was. He did not cross. Not because he was incapable, not because he was less deserving than Maya, but because he made the choice. And it was a choice, even though it did not feel like one, to wait until he felt more ready, to cross when the conditions were better, to step through the gate when he had more certainty about what was on the other side, when he had more evidence that the crossing was safe, when he had worked through a few more things, when he had a little more time. The gate closed, and Thomas found himself back in the familiar reality, the old frequency, the old pattern. But now, with the additional weight of knowing he had been at the threshold and had not crossed. That knowledge does not make the old reality more comfortable. It makes it less so, because now he knows there is a gate. Now he knows what is on the other side. Now he carries the particular grief of someone who saw the door and chose the hallway. He will get another chance. The gates do not stop appearing entirely, but the next window will require more from him. More energy, more willingness, more deliberate effort to reach the frequency of the other side, because the field conditions will not be as favorable. The crossing will cost more. Thomas's story is not a tragedy. It is a lesson. And the lesson is this: readiness is not a feeling. Readiness is a decision. The feeling of being ready, the complete, comfortable, certain feeling of knowing you are prepared to cross, almost never arrives before the gate opens. It arrives after. On the other side, once you have already stepped through. The gate does not wait for the feeling. The gate opens when the frequency conditions are right. And the frequency conditions are right now. You are ready. Not because everything is in order. Not because you have resolved all your doubts. Not because you can see clearly what is on the other side. You are ready because the gate is open. the gate opens for those who are ready. The opening is the evidence of the readiness. Let the thumbnail sink in. You are ready. Now, let us do the work of crossing. There is a practice I want to guide you through, not a visualization in the soft, optional sense. Something you can do if you feel like it, and set aside if you do not. A threshold practice. A deliberate, conscious, precise act of crossing that uses the mechanics of quantum state transition to move your consciousness from the frequency of the old state to the frequency of the new one. This practice is the gate, not a representation of the gate. The gate itself. The crossing happens here, in this practice, if you bring your full consciousness to it. Find a position where your body is comfortable but alert, not lying down. The body needs to be in a posture of readiness, not rest. Seated is ideal. Feet on the floor if possible. Hands resting open on your thighs, palms facing upward. This is not ceremonial. It is practical. The open palms signal to your nervous system that you are in a state of receiving rather than defending. The feet on the floor create a circuit between your body and the earth, which matters because what we are doing here involves your entire electromagnetic field, not just your mind. Take 3 breaths, not performed breaths, not the kind you take when someone tells you to breathe and you do it self-consciously. Real breaths, breaths that actually move something. With the first breath, feel your body, the weight of it, the temperature of it, the aliveness of it. With the second breath, feel the space around your body, the field that extends beyond your skin, the electromagnetic field that your heart generates, and that quantum physics tells us extends several feet in every direction from your physical form. With the third breath, feel the threshold, the edge, the place where the you that you have been ends and the you that you are becoming begins. You can feel it. It is not imaginary. It is a real sensation, a kind of charge, a kind of pressure, a kind of electricity at the edges of your awareness. That is the gate. That is the membrane between states. And right now, in this window, it is thinner than it has been in a very long time. Now, I want you to do something that requires a particular kind of courage. Not the dramatic kind, not the courage of grand gestures or public declarations. The quiet kind, the kind that is actually harder. I want you to put down, for the duration of this practice, the story of who you have been. Not forever, just for now, just for the crossing. The story of who you have been is the frequency of the old state. It is the signal you have been broadcasting. It is the pattern that has been generating the reality you have been living in. It is made of beliefs about what you deserve, about what is possible for you, about what the world is willing to offer you, about whether you are the kind of person things work out for. Some of those beliefs were given to you by people who loved you. Some were given to you by experiences that hurt you. All of them were the best available map for the territory you were navigating. And all of them belong to the version of you that is standing on this side of the gate. Feel the weight of that story, not in judgment. Do not judge it. Do not fight it. Do not try to argue yourself out of it. Just feel it. Feel how much of your energy it takes to maintain it. Feel the places where it is tight, where it constrains, where it has been pressing against the edges of something larger that wants to emerge. Feel the exhaustion of carrying it for as long as you have carried it. And now, this is the crossing. Set it down. Not with effort, not with force, not with the grim determination of someone trying very hard to change. With the simple, clean movement of someone who has arrived at the gate and understands that what they are carrying cannot come through with them. The old frequency cannot cross into the new state. The superposition cannot maintain itself once the collapse begins. You cannot hold both versions of yourself simultaneously once you step through. Set it down. Let it rest on the threshold. It served you well. It brought you here. It does not need to cross with you. Now feel what remains when the story is set down. Not nothing. Something. Something that was always there. Underneath the story, before the story. Larger than the story. Something that does not need the story to know what it is. This is your actual frequency. Not the frequency of the old state, not the signal you have been broadcasting by default, but the frequency of what you actually are when the accumulated weight of the old pattern is not on top of it. Feel it. It is electric. It is clear. It is more alive than the story ever was. It has a quality of knowing, not intellectual knowing, not the knowing of information, but the knowing of orientation. It knows which direction the gate is. It knows what is on the other side. It has always known. It was just buried under the story. This is your crossing frequency. This is the signal that matches the other side. This is what opens the gate. Stay here for a moment. Let this frequency settle into your nervous system. Let it move through your body, down through your chest, into your belly, through your legs, into the ground beneath you. Let it extend through your electromagnetic field, out through the space around you. Let it become the dominant signal your consciousness is broadcasting. You are at the threshold now. The gate is directly in front of you. You can feel the difference in the air, the way the frequency on the other side is slightly higher, slightly more alive, slightly more electric than the space you are currently standing in. One version of you is here, at the threshold. That version has carried the old story as far as it can carry it. That version has done everything it came here to do. That version is complete. The version on the other side is waiting. Not impatiently. It does not experience time the way you do on this side. But it is there. It is real. It is the version of you that operates at the frequency you just felt when you set the story down. It is the version of you that knows, in its bones, in its cells, in its quantum field, that reality responds to consciousness. That the signal you broadcast is the primary determinant of the reality you inhabit. That you are not a responder to a world that happens to you, but a conscious architect of the experience you are living. Cross. Not dramatically, not with fanfare, with the clean, precise, irreversible movement of a phase transition. Step through the gate. Let the old state collapse behind you. Let the new state crystallize in front of you. You are through. Stay here for a moment. Feel the other side. It is different, not wildly, not in a way that your ordinary senses can fully register yet. The difference is in the frequency. The difference is in the orientation. The difference is in the relationship between your inner state and the outer world. On this side, you are not waiting for the world to give you permission to be who you are. On this side, you are broadcasting the signal and watching the world respond. On this one, the correspondence between what you hold within and what appears without is not a hope or a theory. It is a lived reality that you can feel in real time. Take a breath on this side. Feel what it is like to breathe from this frequency. Feel what it is like to be a consciousness that has crossed the threshold and arrived on the other side of the gate. This is where you live now. I want to pause here and ask you something directly. Have you ever stood at a threshold? A moment where you knew with absolute certainty that you had crossed a point of no return. A moment when everything shifted at once and there was no going back to who you were before. Drop it in the comments. Not the story around it, just the essence of it. The moment. What it felt like to stand at the edge and step through. I read every one. Let us talk about what actually changes. Because the crossing is not the end of the journey. It is the beginning of a new one. And it is important to be clear-eyed about what the other side actually looks like, as opposed to what the part of you that is afraid of crossing imagines it might look like. The other side is not a state of permanent bliss. It is not a reality where nothing is difficult, or nothing is uncertain, or nothing requires effort. The quantum field does not eliminate challenge. It changes your relationship to challenge. It changes the nature of the challenges you encounter. Because your frequency has changed. And therefore the experiences you attract have changed. But it does not create a frictionless existence. Anyone who tells you otherwise is not describing the other side of a real threshold. They are describing a fantasy. What actually changes when you cross is the operating system. The deep, underlying set of assumptions and orientations that generate everything else. And when the operating system changes, everything built on top of it changes too. But gradually, as the new frequency propagates through the different domains of your life. The crossing is instantaneous. The manifestation of the crossing in your external reality unfolds over time. Here is what changes first. Perception. The way you see what is happening around you. On the old side, events were things that happened to you, things you had to manage, respond to, survive. On the new side, events are feedback. They are the universe's response to your signal. They are information about your frequency, about where you are aligned and where you are still carrying old patterns that have not yet updated to the new state. This shift in perception is not small. It is everything. Because when you see events as feedback rather than fate, you become capable of something that was not available to you on the old side. Conscious adjustment. You can read the feedback, identify where the old frequency is still running, and deliberately recalibrate. You become, in the most literal sense, a conscious participant in the creation of your reality rather than a passenger in it. Here is what changes second. Time. Not the objective measurement of time, the clock still runs the same, but your relationship to time. On the old side, time was something you were always running out of. There was never enough of it. The future was always arriving too slowly or too fast. The present was always a temporary condition to be endured on the way to something else. On the new side, time becomes workable. The present is not a waiting room. It is the only place where the signal is broadcast, the only place where the frequency is set, the only place where the quantum field receives your input. And when you understand that, the present becomes interesting. It becomes the most important place you have ever been. Because everything you want to create, every reality you want to inhabit, every version of yourself you want to become, it all begins here, in the frequency you are holding right now, in this present moment that is the only real crossing point there is. Here is what changes third. Relationships. This one surprises people. They expect the crossing to change their inner experience, and it does. But they do not always expect it to change their relationships. Who they attract, who they are attracted to, who feels right and who feels wrong, who appears in their life and who gradually fades from it. But frequency governs resonance, and resonance governs relationship. When your frequency changes, your resonance changes. And when your resonance changes, the field of people who match it changes. Some relationships will deepen. The ones that were always resonant with the new frequency, the ones that were built on something real and lasting. Some will naturally dissolve, not through conflict or drama, but through the gentle, inevitable drift that happens when two frequencies are no longer matching. And new relationships will appear. People who find you because you are now broadcasting the signal they have been looking for. People who would not have been able to locate you when you were operating at the old frequency because you simply were not on the same channel. Here is what changes forth. And this is the one that matters most. The relationship between desire and reality. On the old side, desire was painful. You wanted things, and they did not arrive, or they arrived in forms you did not recognize, or they arrived too late or not at all. Desire felt like lack, like the distance between where you were and where you wanted to be. On the new side, desire is information. It is the quantum field showing you what frequency you are capable of inhabiting. It is the future pulling you toward itself through the mechanism of longing. On the new side, what you want and what you are becoming are not in opposition. They are the same movement. The desire and the frequency and the manifestation are all part of the same coherent process. And your job is not to force the process, but to stay aligned with it, to keep broadcasting the signal, to keep operating from the new frequency, to keep living from the other side of the gate, even in the moments when the old side tries to pull you back, because it will try. This is the part that nobody warns you about adequately. The crossing is real. The gate is real. The new state is real. But the old frequency does not simply disappear the moment you step through. It is encoded in your nervous system, in your habitual thoughts, in your automatic responses to stress and challenge and uncertainty. It is the software that has been running for years, and crossing the gate changes the operating system, but does not instantly rewrite every line of code. The integration, the process of bringing the new frequency all the way through your nervous system, all the way into your habitual responses, all the way into the automatic patterns that run below your conscious awareness. That takes time. That takes deliberate attention. That takes a willingness to catch yourself running the old code and make the conscious choice to update it. This is not a failure of the crossing. This is the crossing working exactly as it should. The gate is a threshold, not a completion. You cross through it, and then you spend the rest of your life, however long that is, living from the new frequency, integrating it more and more deeply into every layer of your being, letting it propagate through every domain of your reality. The crossing is the beginning, not the destination. But it is a real beginning. A different beginning than the one you have been living in. And it is available to you right now, in this window, before the gate closes. There is a question that arises at every threshold. It is the question that Thomas asked. The question that almost stopped Maya. The question that has stopped countless people at the edge of countless gates throughout human history. The question is, What if I am wrong? What if this is not real? What if the gate is a story I am telling myself? What if I cross and nothing changes? What if I set down the old story and there is nothing on the other side? What if I am not actually ready? What if the feeling of readiness is just a feeling, and the reality is that I need more time, more preparation, more certainty before I can safely cross? I want to answer this question directly because it deserves a direct answer. The question itself is the old frequency speaking, not because questioning is bad. Questioning is essential. Discernment is essential. Not believing everything you hear is essential. But this particular question, in this particular form, at this particular moment, is not discernment. It is the old state defending itself. It is the superposition resisting collapse. It is the water refusing to become steam because steam is unfamiliar and water is what it has always been. The old state is not malicious. It is not trying to hurt you. It is doing what every system does, trying to maintain its current configuration. Homeostasis is the word physics uses. The tendency of a system to resist change and return to its established equilibrium. Your old frequency is trying to maintain its equilibrium. The question, what if I am wrong, is homeostasis in action. Here is what I know about the gate. I know it because I have crossed it. I know it because I have stood exactly where you are standing and felt exactly what you are feeling and faced exactly this question. And what I know is this: the cost of crossing, even if the crossing is imperfect, even if you carry some of the old frequency through with you, even if the other side is not exactly what you imagined. That cost is real but manageable. You will integrate. You will adjust. You will learn to live from the new frequency. The cost of not crossing, the cost of standing at the gate and watching it close while you waited for more certainty. That cost is different in kind, not just in degree. Because it is not just the loss of what is on the other side. It is the additional weight of knowing you were there, of knowing the gate was open, of carrying that knowledge back into the old frequency where it does not fit and cannot be resolved. The person who crosses an imperfect crossing is always better positioned than the person who made no crossing at all. And here is the other thing I know. The gate did not open for someone who was not ready. The quantum field does not make that kind of mistake. The frequency conditions that opened this gate are a response to the frequency you have been building toward, the frequency of your readiness. The gate is not testing you. It is not offering you a challenge to see if you are worthy. It is responding to what you already are. The opening is the evidence. The gate is open because you are ready. You are ready. Let us talk about what you do now. not in the abstract, in the specific, practical, immediate sense of what you do with this transmission, with this crossing, with this window of time that is still open. The first thing you do is you make the decision, not a tentative decision, not a provisional decision that you reserve the right to revisit when you have more information. A real decision, a quantum collapse. The kind of decision that changes your frequency in the moment of making it, because it is the decision to stop holding multiple possibilities simultaneously and to collapse into one. You are crossing. That is the decision. You are operating from the new frequency. You are living from the other side of the gate. That is the decision. Make it now. Make it clearly. Make it without reservation. The second thing you do is you notice the old frequency when it surfaces. Not with judgment, with curiosity. The old code will run. Habitual thoughts will arise that belong to the old state. Automatic responses will kick in that were built for the old frequency. When you notice them, and you will notice them, because you are now operating from a vantage point where they are visible in a way they were not before. You do not fight them. You do not suppress them. You do not shame yourself for having them. You simply notice. This is the old frequency. This is the code that runs from the other side of the gate. And then you make the choice. The deliberate, conscious, repeated choice to update, to return to the new frequency, to rebroadcast the signal that matches where you are now. This is the practice of integration. It is not dramatic. It is not a single moment of transformation. It is the accumulation of thousands of small moments where you catch the old code running and choose the new frequency instead. Over time, and it does not take as long as you might fear, the new frequency becomes the default. The old code runs less often. The automatic responses update. The nervous system recalibrates. The integration completes. The third thing you do is you pay attention to the feedback. Your external reality is now a real-time readout of your frequency, the experiences that arrive, the opportunities that appear, the people who show up, the doors that open, and the ones that close. All of it is information. All of it is the quantum field reflecting your signal back to you. On the old side, this feedback was invisible. You did not have the framework to read it. On the new side, it is readable. Not always immediately, not always obviously, but readable. Pay attention. The feedback will tell you where you are fully integrated and where the old frequency is still running. It will show you the places that still need updating. Treat it as information, not as judgment. The universe is not punishing you when something does not go the way you wanted. It is showing you where your signal is not yet fully aligned with the new state. The fourth thing you do is you find others who have crossed. This matters more than it might seem. Frequency is contagious, not in a mystical sense, but in a very literal, neurological, and electromagnetic sense. The people around you influence your frequency. The conversations you have, the content you consume, the environments you spend time in, all of it is constantly interacting with your electromagnetic field and either reinforcing the new frequency or pulling you back toward the old one. Seek out the people and the communities and the conversations that are operating from the new state. Not because you need external validation. You do not. But because the integration is faster and more stable when you are surrounded by resonance rather than friction. Which brings me to something I want to say directly to those of you who have been on this journey alone. The quantum gate is not a solitary crossing. It was never meant to be. The ancient traditions that marked these threshold windows always marked them communally. The crossing happened in the presence of others who were crossing alongside you, who had already crossed and could reach back to help you through, who understood what the threshold felt like because they had stood at it themselves. If you have been doing this work in isolation, reading, watching, thinking, feeling, building toward this threshold without a community of people who understand what you are navigating, I want you to know that the community exists. The people who are standing at this gate right now, in this same window, feeling the same threshold pressure, ready to make the same crossing. They are not rare. They are here. In the comments below this transmission, in the spaces where people who have done this work gather, in the conversations that begin with, "I felt something when I watched this that I cannot fully explain." Tell me where you are standing, not in the abstract, specifically. Are you at the threshold? Have you crossed? What did you feel during the practice? What is the gate you are facing? What is the specific crossing that this window is calling you toward? Tell me. Tell the others who are here. Because the threshold is easier to cross when you know you are not crossing alone. And if you are someone who has already crossed, who watched this and felt the recognition of someone who has been on the other side for a while, who knows what the gate feels like from this side, tell us that too. Tell us what changed. Tell us what the other side actually looks like. Tell us what you would say to the version of yourself that was standing at the threshold, uncertain whether to cross. The community is part of the gate. The shared crossing is part of the mechanics. When consciousness crosses thresholds in community, when multiple fields are aligned toward the same state transition in the same window of time, the probability of successful crossing increases for everyone involved. This is not a metaphor. This is the physics of coherence. Aligned fields amplify each other. Your crossing makes the crossing easier for everyone who crosses after you. And everyone who has already crossed makes your crossing easier now. You are not alone at this gate. Now I want to speak to the part of you that is still uncertain. the part that has been listening to this entire transmission and feeling the pull of it, feeling the recognition, feeling the gate, and is still holding back. Not because it does not believe, but because it is afraid, not of the crossing itself, but of what comes after, of the irreversibility, of the fact that once you cross, you cannot go back. I want to speak directly to that fear, because it is real, and it deserves to be met with honesty rather than dismissed. You are right that you cannot go back. That is true. Once a quantum state transition occurs, the old state does not persist. The water that has become steam cannot unbecome water without a completely different set of conditions and a completely different process. The consciousness that has crossed a threshold cannot uncross it. The version of you that steps through the gate does not have access to the old reality in the same way. That reality, that frequency, that state, it ends. There is no going back. And I want to tell you, that is exactly what you want. That is the gift, not the danger. The old state, the frequency you have been living in, the reality organized around the old beliefs, the version of yourself that has been pressing against its own edges for years. That state is not a home you are leaving. It is a container you have outgrown. The grief of leaving it is real. The disorientation of crossing is real. The strange, vertiginous feeling of no longer being the person you were, that is real. And it is temporary. It is the sensation of the phase transition, the moment of crossing, the instant where the old state releases and the new one has not yet fully crystallized. It is the moment between the water and the steam. It passes, and what is on the other side of that moment is not loss. It is arrival. It is the full, uncontained, uncompressed version of yourself that has been pressing against the walls of the old container for as long as you can remember. It is the version of you that does not need the old story to know who it is. It is the version of you that the gate has been trying to open toward since the moment you first felt the pressure of the threshold. You cannot go back, and you would not want to. Not once you have crossed. Not once you have felt what it is like to breathe from the new frequency. Not once you have lived even a single day from the other side of the gate. The irreversibility is not the danger. The irreversibility is the point. The gate closes behind you so that you cannot retreat back into the old state when the integration gets uncomfortable. The closing of the gate is the universe's way of saying, you are through. You are on the other side now. This is where you live. This is your frequency. This is your reality. Build from here. Trust the closing. Trust the irreversibility. Trust that the version of you that exists on the other side of this gate is more real, more alive, more fully yourself than the version that has been standing at the threshold for all this time. Cross. I want to say something about the specific quality of this window, this period between now and April 19th, that makes it different from other threshold opportunities, because every moment is, in some sense, a threshold. Every breath is a crossing point. Every choice is a gate. This is true. But not all gates are equal. Not all windows are equally open. And the window that is open right now has a particular quality that I want to name precisely. This is an initiatory window. The word initiation has been used so loosely in modern culture that it has almost lost its meaning. But its original meaning is precise and important. Initiation is the process by which a consciousness crosses from one state of being to a qualitatively different state of being, with the assistance of specific conditions that make the crossing possible. The conditions are not permanent. They arise. They hold for a finite period, and then they shift. The initiated person is different from the uninitiated person, not because they are better or more worthy, but because they crossed when the gate was open. They received what the threshold had to offer. They were changed by the crossing in ways that persist long after the gate has closed. This is an initiatory window. The field conditions right now, the electromagnetic frequencies, the cosmic geometry, the accumulated pressure of everything that has been building in your consciousness toward this threshold, are creating the conditions for a real initiation, a real crossing, a real and permanent shift in the state of your consciousness. Not a temporary inspiration that fades by next week, not a motivational peak that returns you to baseline after a few days. A threshold crossing, a phase transition, a before and after that is as real and as permanent as water becoming steam. This is what is available right now. This is what the gate is offering. This is what closes on April 19th. Not the possibility of crossing forever, but the particular ease, the particular openness, the particular availability of this specific initiatory window. Do not waste it on hesitation. There is one more thing I want to give you before we close this transmission. A frame for the days between now and April 19th. A way of moving through this window that maximizes the integration of the crossing and ensures that what happened here today propagates through every layer of your being before the gate closes. Each morning, between now and April 19th, before you do anything else, before you check your phone, before you engage with the demands of your day, before you step back into the stream of ordinary time, spend 5 minutes at the gate. Not the gate you have already crossed, the gate within the crossing, the smaller threshold that exists inside each day of this window. Here is the practice. When you wake before you rise, place your hand on your chest. Feel the beat of your heart. That rhythm is your frequency made physical, the electromagnetic pulse that your heart generates and that the quantum field responds to in every moment. Feel it, and then, from that felt sense of your own frequency, ask yourself one question. What is the signal I am broadcasting right now? Not what do I want to broadcast? Not what should I be broadcasting? What is the actual signal right now in this moment, before I have had a chance to perform anything, or manage anything, or present anything to the world? What is the raw, unmediated frequency of my consciousness in this moment? Feel the answer. Do not think it. Feel it. The answer will be somewhere on a spectrum between the old frequency and the new one. Some days you will wake up already on the other side of the gate, already broadcasting from the new state, already operating from the frequency of the person you are becoming. Other days, you will wake up and feel the pull of the old frequency, the familiar weight of the old patterns, the gravitational pull of the old state trying to reclaim you. Both are fine. Both are information. The practice is the same either way. Feel where you are, and then deliberately, consciously, with full intention, choose the new frequency, not by forcing it, not by suppressing what you actually feel, but by returning, the way you return to a breath in meditation, the way you return to a path when you have wandered off it, to the frequency of the person who has crossed the gate, to the signal that matches the other side. Do this every morning. Do it at midday, when the demands of the world have been pulling at you for hours, and you feel yourself drifting back toward the old frequency. Do it in the evening, when you are reviewing the day and noticing where you were aligned and where you were not. Do it as a practice, not a performance, not a ritual, not something you do to feel spiritual or advanced or evolved. Do it as a practical act of frequency maintenance. Do it because you are integrating a crossing, and integration requires repetition, and repetition requires practice. By April 19th, if you do this work, if you bring your full consciousness to this window, if you cross and then practice staying crossed, the new frequency will be more deeply embedded in your nervous system than it was when you started. The integration will not be complete. It is never complete. It is always deepening. But it will be real. It will be measurable in the quality of your daily experience. It will be visible in the feedback your reality is giving you. It will be felt in the difference between who you are on April 19th and who you were when you found this transmission. That difference is the crossing. That difference is the gate. That difference is what this window is offering you. Take it. We are near the end of this transmission. But the end of the transmission is not the end of the crossing. The crossing continues. The integration continues.